Now to Illinois Treasurer Michael Frerichs. He is opening up tonight about a targeted attack on his home from pro-Palestinian protesters. He says they threw red paint on his sidewalks and his bushes. It was the second time he was targeted by the protesters in less than 12 hours. NBC5 political reporter Marianne Ahern joining us now with more on the story. Marianne.
Concerning, yes, Alice. And earlier on Monday night, a pro-Palestinian group led a protest outside of a downtown fundraiser held for State Treasurer Frerichs. Then at 4 a.m., there was a louder protest as well outside his home.
Everyone on my block was awoken. I called 911. About 14 neighbors also called 911.
Illinois State Treasurer Michael Frerichs says that's how loud a group of protesters were when they chanted outside his Chicago Northside home at 4 a.m. Tuesday, making it clear they don't support the right of Israel to exist. They threw red paint over his fence, defacing his home and toys belonging to his one-year-old twins.
The lead woman had a bullhorn, and she made it very clear what her reasons were. But also she made it very clear by singling out my children, calling out saying she knew that they were at home, knew that they were in their cribs, and they shouldn't be allowed to sleep.
A protester, he says, also shoved one of his neighbors. As for what prompted this, the treasurer's office has invested $120 million in Israel bonds since Frerichs took office in 2014. An investment, he says, his three predecessors also made.
We made these investments because these bonds get a good return. They've never defaulted in 70-plus years, and they diversify our portfolio.
In June, the Highland Park home of Congressman Brad Schneider, a prominent Jewish Democrat, was disrupted by pro-Palestinian protesters again in the middle of the night.
That's a punch in the gut. Our neighborhoods, and this is any neighborhood, whether it's in a suburban community or in the city, it doesn't matter. People should be comfortable in their homes, trusting their neighbors.
On social media then, those protesters identified Frerichs as a potential next target.
I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in peaceful protest. But people who break the law, who commit vandalism, who deliberately woke all of my neighbors, those are people you can't really have much dialogue with.
4:30 in the morning this week or 2:30 in the morning back in June, that's not for persuasion, that's for intimidation, that's for scaring and terrorizing the neighborhood.
So far, there have been no arrests made in either case. The protesters, they wore masks and pointed a flashlight at a security camera in the case of Frerichs to shield their faces.
We feel for the Frerichs family, young children involved there.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much, Marianne.